quiet man runs a global telecom company. He smiles in photos, he speaks at big events, he signs huge deals. Then one day, lenders try to reach him, and he's gone. His office is dark. His phone is off, his email doesn't work. And the money? Almost $500 million of it? No one can find that either. What if a single CEO created a fake world so real that even BlackRock, the world's largest money manager, fell for it? This story follows the rise of a man who built a glowing business on the outside, but may have been hiding a shocking truth on the inside. It starts with simple invoices. It grows into fake emails, missing money, and global lenders scrambling for answers. And the ending is still a mystery. Before moving forward, one question matters most. Who is the man behind the scandal? Bankim Brahmbhatt seemed like a normal, successful CEO. He was Indian origin, well-dressed, well-spoken, and led a group of companies called the Bankai Group. Under that group sat two major firms, Broadband Telecom and Voice. These companies claimed to help phone carriers around the world connect calls, send messages, prevent fraud, and manage traffic. On paper, it all looked impressive. There were offices in New York, offices in Dubai, offices in Mumbai and Singapore. His websites showed big client logos and big global maps. Everything looked clean and professional. At telecom events, Brahmbhatt talked about technology and the future. He sounded smart, confident, like someone who understood the business. Most people had no idea he wasn't as well known in the industry as the image suggested. But lenders, especially those hungry for high return deals, believed the story. And when a CEO sounds polished and claims to sit in the middle of global telecom traffic, big money listens. So the next question appears. What did lenders see that made them trust him so much? Back in 2020, the private credit arm of BlackRock, through its acquisition of HPS Investment Partners, started giving loans to companies tied to Brahmbhatt. These weren't small loans. They were giant, structured loans backed by something very important, accounts receivable. That means invoices, money that customers supposedly owed his companies. The lenders thought these invoices came from real telecom clients across the world, Europe, Africa, Asia, the Middle East, big carriers, big payments. Each invoice looked real. Each email confirming the invoice looked real. So BlackRock and other lenders increased their loans year after year. The exposure grew to more than $430 million. Fabricated receivables were at the heart of the scheme. Instead of running a classic Ponzi setup, this operation targeted a weakness in asset-based lending, a system that relies on invoices, customer payments, and future cash flow as collateral. By creating fake invoices, fake customer email domains, and fake confirmations, the company made it look like major telecom operators owed millions. These imaginary receivables were then pledged to secure huge loans. No new investors were needed, no pyramid was built. The fraud worked by abusing trust and paperwork, not by cycling money, a quiet loophole inside modern lending. To the lenders, it felt safe. It felt secure. Why? Because telecom traffic produces constant revenue. Calls happen every day. Bills come in every month. What could go wrong? But then comes the twist. What if those invoices didn't exist? What if those emails were fake? What if the clients were never real at all? The lenders now say this is exactly what happened. The alleged scheme is surprisingly simple and painfully clever. Fake invoices were created. Fake email domains were set up to look like real global telecom companies. Fake confirmations were sent to lenders to prove the invoices were real. A Belgian telecom operator, Beeks, later said it had never worked with Brahmbhatt's companies at all. Other so-called clients either didn't exist or had no relationship with him. The paperwork looked legitimate. The emails looked perfect. But the truth behind them was empty. For years, lenders kept giving money because the numbers always matched, until small mistakes finally appeared. One mistake changed everything. In mid-2025, an HPS employee checked a single email more closely. Something about the domain looked off by just one letter. Not a big difference. Just enough to feel strange. When they verified it with the real telecom company, the answer came back fast and cold. We don't owe anything. We never worked with them. That single sentence broke open the entire structure. Suddenly, every invoice had to be checked again. Every email had to be verified. Every client had to be contacted. And one by one, the supposed clients said the same thing. We never worked with them. The truth rolled in like a storm. The huge piles of receivables? Fake. The clients? Fake. The emails? Fake. The entire foundation of the loans? Built on nothing. So lenders rushed to find Brahmbhatt. That leads to the next question. Where was he? When investigators went to his Garden City office in New York, the building was dark. The doors were locked. No workers. No lights. No activity. His home wasn't better. Mail was stacked at the door. His luxury cars sat in the driveway, but the man himself? Nowhere. He didn't respond to calls, texts, or emails. He didn't contact his lenders. He didn't speak to the press. It was as if he had walked out of his life and vanished. His companies then filed for bankruptcy. Bridgevoice, Broadband Telecom, Carriox Capital II, BB Capital SPV, all fell like dominoes. The filings were confusing, missing numbers, missing explanations, missing money. Creditors believe funds were moved offshore to places like India and Mauritius, but nothing is confirmed. As the hunt continued, the mystery deepened. Reports said he had gone missing. Some said he might be in India. Others claimed he was simply avoiding all contact, watching the chaos unfold from somewhere safe. And now the question shifts. Why does this case matter so much? Because this isn't just one man's alleged scam. It's a warning about a much bigger problem. Private credit, the world of big loans made outside banks, has exploded into a multi-trillion-dollar industry. These firms lend money fast. They trust documents that look official. They verify emails that look correct. But now we see how easy it is for someone to slip past the cracks. A single fake email can unlock millions of dollars. A single fake invoice can build the illusion of steady revenue. A single clever CEO can fool some of the biggest financial firms in the world. And when BlackRock gets burned, everyone pays attention. This scandal shows how fragile the system really is. It proves how much lenders rely on trust that can be broken with a little digital trickery. It shows how companies use fancy words, big websites, and global office lists to make themselves look huge. And it shows how quickly everything collapses when one person decides to lie. Other big frauds work the same way. Parmalat in Italy used fake accounts. Wirecard in Germany used fake customers. Enron used fake energy deals. Now, this case joins the list. A smaller number in dollars, but just as bold. Telecom anti-fraud groups also reacted. The I3 forum suspended the entire Bankai group. Members didn't want to be tied to a company under such serious accusations. The whole telecom world heard the news. Behind the scenes, lenders are rewriting rules. They're checking every detail. They're calling clients directly. They're demanding more proof. They're learning a hard lesson. Trust is not enough anymore. The final question rises. What does this case reveal about modern finance? It shows that the world moves too fast. Deals move too fast, money moves too fast. And when money moves faster than due diligence, fraud gets easier. If this story pulled you in, tap the like button. It really helps the channel. Subscribe for more true financial crime stories, deep dives, and global scandals.